Welcome back to another battle, everybody. Today we are playing Progressive Capitals on the Fungle map. We're playing as a green player out of the 6th position. We've got 2 primary cap spots I'm eyeing right away. This 3 here and this 4 here. The 4, obviously a 1-point hold over this position. The 3 was a 1-point hold over both Splash Zone and Kitchen. If red overplays their hand here, I may end up trying to play into that position. They'll start with 10 here. I don't know how much they're going to try to do. It's an unfortunate cap here because this would have been a sick 1-point hold. And Red's aware of all of my material in here. It would have been an awesome 1-point hold for a +5. We may have to play for the +2 instead. That's totally okay. This is Tier List Tuesday series on the channel where we play every map in Risk on the meta settings, or at least the former meta settings. I do think the meta is starting to shift, but it's Progressive Capitals with neutral inactivity behavior, balanced blitz dice, fog and blizzards on, portals and alliances off. Red may be going MIA here. Uncertain about that, but this is obviously a position I'm going to want to take. I'm going to take their MIA with a grain of salt, I think, and we're going to cap up here. This is a better cap long-term anyway, but the blizzard here, super interesting in making this whole area a 1-point area, and we do have red back, so I'm glad I keeping an eye on that. Now, if they don't defend their capital here, I'm going to try to take it, so if you're playing for a different position, I'm not sure if they're trying to take this bonus back here first. If it was just me and red with material in here, that'd be pretty bananas. They don't actually roll off of this at all. So I'm eyeing their cap. It's not as good as what my cap here would have been, but I can't bank on that position, right? I have to play for what I have to play for. I may try to pick up some extra territories here as well. White is a neutral bot. Purple plays up here. Probably just stops. I assume that that's a +4 up there in comms. A very good spot to be for purple. The double blizzard up there is interesting. This map is 65 territories. It is 6 blizzards, 59 territories, 20 larger than the classic map when blizzards are considered. And there are 13 bonuses. Red, maybe MIA again. Obviously, we got to keep an eye on red potentially quitting. White, because it's neutral, white will just stack wherever it stacks the entire game. It's a little bit unfortunate, but we'll keep an eye on it. I'm hoping we maybe get some activity between purple and pink and blue on the other part of the map in that case, since red is obviously going to be a natural rival on my side of the board. But I'm just going to probably try to roll all my 3s into other territories, take extra territories. Obviously, if white places troops on these 1s here, it's not going to be as easy for us. And maybe there's somebody's cap behind us. That would obviously be pretty unfortunate as well. I don't know why you'd cap back here, but if it's a white bot cap, we could certainly see that happening. I'm actually going to hit purple here first, just in case for some reason there's the white bot behind us. That would obviously not be super ideal. The 13 bonuses on this board. White's going to stack. It does stack on each of these spots next to me, so that's a little bit unfortunate. Pink flags right away. They might have gotten hit by blue. We're going to take our bonus. I'm going to roll this. We're not going to roll that, apparently. Blue behind us and white behind us. Terrible dice on white there. Just dreadful. Back to the same starting cap size that we had before, and now red looks like he's almost protected. He picks up a +2 somewhere else on the board. Maybe even stole somebody's capital. It doesn't look like it, though. The fact that red is getting bonuses on additional parts of the board does not make me super thrilled, and I don't think I'm inclined at all to let him hold this +3 here. I really don't think I should let red hold this at all. If anything, I need to figure out where the rest of his troops are. Purple probably goes into my 3 here. He does. I would have lost that position anyway, so that's fine. Now, the concern here is that red takes this bonus back here, and I don't know where his other bonus is. You almost hope that blue plays into that. We're playing a 3-player game. I love neutral because it prevents these silly bot stalemates that you get in the game, and I understand manipulating the bot it does take practice, but I don't want to end up having 2.5 hour tier list Tuesday games because somebody is keeping a bot alive for too long and it's playing out all of its turns, etc. So I don't feel compelled to let red hold here. I don't really know why I would. Get an 8 on cap here. We start our turn. Did white still have its cap? White still has its cap. So pink flagged immediately. That won't place any troops there. Worth 1 card. I'm mostly annoyed that red opted to cap here. I don't think it's a bad spot. Red does lose their bonus on a different spot on the board as well. So if you try to slow roll me out of here, you're going to have trouble. You're going to waste your troops. He's going to hit me out back here. Does he have the juice to finish the bonus? I don't think he has that whole bonus there. So I can potentially take the beach bonus here. Somehow purple picked up either an additional bonus or additional capital there, which I don't love. I don't know that red has this bonus, though. I may want to push for the entirety of the beach bonus and then into red. Little bit risky, but I don't think it's an inherently terrible idea either. I do think purple is likely in this +2 here in storage. Maybe that's what he took on the last turn. Because he doesn't have... Or they don't have the Jungle Labs bonus. That's all split up. Blue only getting 5. They got an 8 previously. So purple goes into blue. Kind of a snowball position here for purple, unfortunately. But I've seen how many troops they've had off cap. They may not be holding anything on capital. And we'll see if red returns. That's another... don't like that place in there. Could have placed elsewhere. White still has its capital. It's also at least 7 territories. This is going to open purple. It's got 16 here. Yeah, so I don't think purple has anything on their capital. Thought about breaking him here. Red doesn't have the bonus back here. This means he'll probably take the bonus back there, but the fact that he's still here, not great. Sorry, we're playing a 4-player game. I said 3-player game before, but that was incorrect. I almost wonder if white bot's capital is behind red, and that's why he hasn't been able to take this. I anticipate us getting broken by purple here. Heck, we may lose our capital to purple here. I intentionally tried to play a little bit passive here. This is an insane amount of off-cap troops from them, I must say. So they have storage and comms. They don't have meeting room yet, which is interesting. Probably breaks me. Trades in. Interesting. I anticipate them not breaking off the 16 and breaking off the 6 instead. Red goes MIA again. Red's absolutely playing on mobile. It's this kind of aggression from purple. You're hitting too many people, and yeah, you have the legs to stand on right now, but as long as blue doesn't quit this game, I think this is a bold position to take here. Playing a little too aggressive, in my opinion. Like these extra hits on me, was I even above 12? I guess I was at 12. He hit me 4 times. I was at 12. I mean, I guess I'll leave red alone. I almost hope red stays botted. It would make my job a little bit easier dealing with this guy. I'd rather get the better trade in than red here, although 27 troops coming at me may not be good. Yeah, might as well take the risk. It's the name of the game. It's pink here. This is interesting. This might be the end of pink. Might be the end of pink. We'll see if red returns. Red does return. I get out of their way. They may not even notice. This might actually... I'm okay with feeding them pink because it would instantly trade them. Or they're taking the bonus behind themselves, which is also fine. Because I can eventually card block that, but we're going to have to kind of address purple now. Hopefully he's still only getting 11, so whatever blue's efforts were, that actually works in our favor. White still have its capital? White does still have its capital. I almost wonder if it's behind its own stack here. Purple now potentially slow rolling blue's cap, which is not great. However, if we hold here, I don't mind taking the extra card, but in the last position, the extra card doesn't help me much. If I was in the first position, I'd be a whole card ahead of everybody. If I was in... Oh, this is not a 2-point hold for this bonus either. Red exists here. Purple does not break me. So he broke me before. A little bit of a jerk move before. He also doesn't win blue's cap. Nobody has 2 capitals, so pink's cap hasn't been taken either, which means this is not the elimination here. Trying to think of whatever counterplay I can try to make here. We're going to get 6. We're going to get 12 troops here. I almost wonder if knocking white out of this position to try to take this bonus now is not a bad idea. Red is back. White gets 5. Well, now I definitely don't do that. Just going to place down here. No longer blocking red. I was a little bit miffed with red's position there, but I think at this point it's better to just cap stack. He's getting 7 now, so he has the bonus behind him. Wouldn't be surprised to see him break me. That would not surprise me. Yeah, I don't like that play at all, actually. The problem is purple's not losing anything over here. Although this is the right turn to have him break me. If purple comes off, let red hold his extra troops, get the best trade in of anybody so far, and then just wallop purple. Because I don't think purple has any troops on their capital right now, man. I think they're going so aggro to blue. I want to see them hit me here because this is a lot. They've been doing a lot of attacking every turn. There's a lot of troops here. Nobody has 2 caps, though, so whatever blue's doing, somehow surviving over there. Seems to be working. Now, red may have a trade on 3, but I also have the potential to block them. So I'm going to dump everything. Because purple didn't hit me here, I'm going to dump everything here. We're going to set a block over here with 11 troops. I assume this is all red on this line. It may be an incorrect assumption, so I'm actually going to split my troops here. White still has its capital. I'm intentionally not hitting pink here until I know that the pink cap has been taken, which I don't know that I will know, but trade our dudes, increase our chances to trade on 3. Pink here, pink there as well. That's a good play by red. What did he hit out with? That he fortified back to here. I should have known. Oh, that's all right. He's got to attack out into me again, so no set, but that's all right. He's got cards elsewhere. It's also good to know. Purple's trade again. Red does not set early. No, I see blue over here. So if purple takes blue's cap and wins it, I potentially have the blue elimination over here. Not positive on that, but I'm surprised purple's been getting as many troops as he has each turn and still not able to deal with blue. So I don't know that I want to hit blue here either. Because he's living. He's not losing his cap. He keeps losing territory, but then seemingly able to break most of purple other than these 2 bonuses every time, which is strange. I'm not sure how he's able to make such an impact, but I do fear he's going to perish on one of these upcoming turns. Now, I know the pink cap has not been taken. There's an alternative play I can make here, which is actually just taking this west jungle bonus. So I know I don't have the pink kill guard. This is the pink cap. All right, well, that's not going to net us net west jungle, but I can prep to take this. This is not a bad spot to hold. With all of these white territories in the way. Got to change my tune a little bit here. Red, like I said, red's absolutely playing on the mobile. You're not in and out this much on a computer. You leave your game open. So they're likely on their phone. Keep closing the app. Have to come back. Fergus is here. You got a passing tail. Not much else. He's up onto the computer. There you go. Fergus the cat, ready for action. I obviously got to keep my cap reasonably defended, and I don't want to knock blue out of this position because it's likely that purple doesn't even know that he's here. Now, I do fear that somebody like red, blue, or pink is behind the white cap here, which could be bad. But I'd like to win pink's capital. Net myself an extra card, too, if I did that. And red is at least MIA. By the way, I want to make it clear. I don't think red's choice of this capital was a bad play. It was just mildly annoying. Also, to be fair, I actually think the better cap spot for red would have been here on Water Jug. Right? Red had that territory. You're further out and you go before me. Sure, I can cap behind you, but then you just box me out. I don't know that I would have capped behind him on the 2 here if that was the case. Purple took blue's cap. Purple took blue's cap. Okay. Let's hope blue doesn't have a trade on 4. We can scoop his elimination here, potentially. He's going to be stuck over here. Purple's going to have way too much to the right side of the board right now. That was like just the play that purple needed. Hopefully no trade from blue. I don't know if this is the end of blue, but... that's unfortunate. He's going to hit through white. I mean, that's fine. I'm totally okay with that. Because he at least tries to go block something. And then he actually got his cap back. Holy cow. Okay. I vibe with that. Now, I don't know that I want to take... I don't think I want to take the pink elimination right now. It's only 1 card. Trades me right on the spot. I think I hit red here. Let him get his extra troops. That's okay. I will go a full card ahead of red now. Trades are high enough where I can hit through him, but he'll be on 5 cards. There's no sense hitting him right now. Purple's getting 12, which is an interesting amount. Because if he got it, it steals the cap immediately back. Does he have enough to get blue over here? That would 15. Did purple have enough pointing at him? We almost get to find out. If purple does... Oh, he doesn't have enough. Unless he wins the 2-on-1 and nobody was behind blue here. He doesn't even try it? Bro, you crazy. Fortifies over here. This is not a good play by purple. Doubling down in this position, knowing blue can't take you out. He quits. Oh, he quits. 30 troops over here is dangerous, but we're trading for 20. I'm not sure that this is the end of blue. If we see all 3 troops placed here, we'll know it's the end of blue. If we don't see all 3 troops placed there, then there's no point. I'm not sure purple really fortified anything there. I mean, this guy is, from what we can tell, been playing off cap the entire game. It's a shame that blue bailed because I was really hoping he would take a card. And then I'd trade off of him and we'd back-to-back trade. And sure, we'd give red a better trade, but it's not like that would do much to me. 25, he could have 50 on 34. Wouldn't be great, but... we did irritate red a little bit in the early game, but I'm trying to kind of step away from that at this point. This is the end of blue. That's good to know. All 3 troops placed here. That is the end. That will net us 2 extra troops off of our trade-in. I'm not sure that's the... Like, who knows what's behind white here? Could be the white cap. Could be something else. I just wish blue would have fed himself to me. That would have been delightful. But this will at least leave us on 5 cards. It is white behind blue there. My cap I feel perfectly safe about here. fortify the 7 to that. I'll fortify the 7 to that. There's the white cap. And you're wondering why did I break this and open him up to that? There's a very good reason for that. It's because this player's not been holding anything on his capitals the entire game. And you see he's now worth only 35, 36 troops. So I fortified here because I think that this positionally is a better spot to be. I think this is Blue's cap. I don't actually hate Blue's cap. I feel bad that he capped directly next to these bots here. Now we can actually steal the pink elimination, provided that pink is not behind white here. I mean, this is fine. I don't really care about whatever red is doing right now. This is too little too late, in my opinion. Yeah, and he's not curious enough, I think, to roam around. He does leave all of these troops off cap, which is interesting. But I intentionally open purple up here in the hopes that either he opens my cap up right away, or he just doesn't. I'm on 5 cards. Like, if he doesn't defend this cap, if he hits this one and doesn't defend it, he loses the game on the spot. Interesting. He actually just went to defend this, which is surprising to say the least. Now, I know what I have here. I think I take these extra cards. Assuming that is the elimination. 34 over there. This is maybe a bold fight to take with purple, with red still not. That is not the end of pink. Okay. Cap was here, right? I think. Oh, red could have a trade in here. So this is good info to have at least, because we know pink is behind either white's cap or white here. Why would you hit white there? That actually probably helps. I don't know why red is playing like this, but there's a big old trade in from purple. I don't have a set right now, but you hope he slams the cap, right? That's my goal here. He's got 30 on cap now, which isn't great. Is he gonna hit this? I probably would. I don't know that I would do a split here. I don't love the split. Loses 10, because of course he does. Why would he not lose 10? This may not win. It does win. Tremendous. He doesn't knock me out of here, so that's how we get our breaks off. 4 comes back to this cap here. Obviously no trade in right now. Pink is, again, either behind the white cap or behind this white stack. One of the two. There's just no point in letting him have extra troops at this point. Red's getting a little hairy here. I don't have a trade on 4. Red doesn't like me. That's the problem. Red is not a fan of me, and I'm still fighting purple. And he's only getting 7. Like, I don't know. If I had a trade on 4 here, purple's cooked. It really is unfortunate, because I could snuff this player completely off the board. And it's only 1 extra bonus, but I think I just need a stack here. I'm just going to put 2 troops here. I don't trust red at all. I really don't trust the red player at all now. And he's really doubling down on these off-cap troops. I'm not sure I understand why. He could devastate purple right now if he's curious. Hits white there. He may steal this cap from purple. He does. That's bad for me. That's not good. Is pink... Now we get to discover if pink... Oh, he doesn't check if pink's back there. Yeah, red having an external capital is not good. Although I don't think he has much defense on his regular capital. That is the question. Purple's going to come open me. Trades are 45, and he doesn't have... Oh, he goes back to cap. What is the right way to do this, then? Purple's not aggressing me anymore. I'm not going to hit him. I'm going to see what red looks like at this point of the game. $20. A little bit surprised by that amount, but it's more than I thought, especially because I hit through a 20 externally. But the more of this junk that I can clear out, like this 25 here. Because now if you play off this 29, like, it probably doesn't look too good for you. That would have opened my cap right up into him. I want to see him hit purple more. Potentially even open up purple's cap and have purple retaliate. Purple is done. I didn't love the way that purple was repeatedly going into me after I struck him. I'm not saying like I don't understand it, or I'm saying I don't think it's a very good play for him. I think he needed to try to consolidate his position a little bit better. Oh, the 3-on-1 fails here. It does not. I don't really like red's game at this point either. Too many off-cap troops. Well, now that you have this cap over here, this 25 should not be off-cap. There's really no reason for this at this point. We do have a trade on 3. I don't want to use the trade on 3. This is bold. He's going to be on 5 cards. Hang on. He had 30. He's up to 50 over there. This is completely in my way. Although I can... Wait, this wraps around. I'm going to do something potentially game losing here. I don't know how much I need. Oops. 48. We're banking on him not being the guy behind white, right? He very well might be. Pink is behind one of them. There's basically a 50% chance. Mm, 43 up there is fine. Gonna break this here. There's no reason not to. Force these troops off of that position. 16 there. The rest here. I don't actually think these middle caps are that useful. Purple's out of the game, though. We're playing a 1v1 now. He's on 4 cards. That's fine. Potentially opens me here. That pink bot is either behind white stack here or behind white stack here. It was like a 50% chance, right? It's actually, you know what? More accurately, I suppose, and I don't know where all the starting troops were. I guess it's a 1 and 4, right? Because we had purple, pink, and red, and white. It could have just been red or white there. Hopefully this fails. It does. The 9 is going to break me on this side, which is also fine. I'm not concerned about that. My cap is defended. I can pull this 5 out on the next turn. He's just going to open it. That's strange. Hopefully this fails. It does. Get some extra troops on all these spots, which is good. At this point, I know Red will have a trade-in for 60. I want him to roll a capital, but I don't want to open up his capital. This is what I was hoping for, was that this 25 would get active. If it traps itself, that's great. I don't think that's going to happen. No, we want to remove this, I think. That's what I think I want. I don't anticipate him being able to cap run here with a singular trade-in. 2 extra here. This here, we clear all of that. We clear this. That'll leave. This cap is not bad. It's a shame purple was not defending it earlier. Sit here on this spot. It's not a bad spot to be. I will hit this later. I don't want to hit it now with red on a trade-in. And I actually think this may help for pathing purposes later. If he rolls a cap, that's what we want, right? I want to hit his off-cap troops where we have attacker's advantage, not defender's advantage like it's a capital. And he goes MIA. He goes MIA. We forced him out of here. Solid game on Fungle, though. I think what I like about this map is there's, compared to Skeld like we played last week, and even Polis, which I think we'll be playing next week. We'll be playing either Polis or Mirror HQ yet next week. I think compared to those two maps, to Skeld and Polis, this map, even with the blizzards, you end up getting blizzards in spots that don't cut off too much of the board too frequently. Like I've played so many Skeld games on these settings where it's gonna be an expensive card on this next turn. I guess I'll hit white with red MIA. He could obviously come back, and I have to be wary of that. I've heard issues of having world dom problems where this cap, this is the cap we take last. Pink was in both spots. Interesting. That is news to me. So we take white out. I'm going to take white out first. Or red might flag, though. That's the problem. I don't know that I can world dom. I got to do it fast. Let's go back here first. I'm trying to take out the bot because I know that red's just going to flag after too long. I don't know. I mentioned this in yesterday's video where sometimes if you don't world dom, you don't win. So I'm trying my best to have that happen here. We'll just run red's turn, and it may just straight quit here. All right, well, let's hope it wins. It flagged red. I could have kept white there, and then it wouldn't have flagged red, but then I wouldn't have world domed. So I didn't even notice. Why am I risking my life? Oh, you guys can't see that. Let me move myself. Why am I risking my life? It says there. That's funny. This is Fungle. I've got the tier list. I've got the map. I kind of can look at the map. Interesting game here. I think purple really needed to focus on defending their capitals, at least early. And I wonder if that was how blue was able to deal with them so frequently, is they just had tons of off-cap troops that just blue hit through, and that was that. Red, at the end of the day, had a little bit of a pocket over here, but red's success in this game was predicated on the fact that they missed a card, and then because they weren't here, and then they just didn't have enough time for their turns. Relatively inexperienced lobby here. That's totally fine. But as far as this map on our tier list, let's first take a look. Unfortunately, the Among Us maps, they don't have the proper images here. But what I was saying before is that yes, you can have 1 point cap lines that occur on this board, but they're less frequent. And part of that is because so many of there's a lot of either 2 territory bonuses like storage where you can't have a blizzard in this bonus. So it'd have to be on the exterior parts of these bonuses, or drop ship that is a 1 point hold. You can't have a blizzard in that particular spot. So there's a lot of these positions that you end up not being able to have blizzards. There's only 6 of them, and it's a 65 territory map. So you don't end up with these 1 point holds for a bunch of the map. And the bonuses are generally bigger than the scaled map bonuses for the most part, other than these little teeny tiny +2s or +1s. And I think that actually works in the favor of the map, where the only bonuses somebody's going to end up holding are the really, really weak ones, unless you've lucked into a 1 point hold position. So that's kind of how I feel about Fungal. I don't think it's the best map in the world, and you definitely get into places where it's too easy to card block, but I don't think it's as bad as scaled or as irritating as the scaled map can sometimes be. So I do think Fungal is an improvement on scaled, but maybe not up to the pedigree of your A or even B tier maps that are either just more open or have more balance across the totality of the board. I think that Fungal ends up kind of in the similarities to like a map like CH Tabor. I do think I prefer CH Tabor a little bit to this map, but I definitely think I like it more than Dracon Fortress. So upper C tier is where we're going to land this. We've got 3 more maps remaining in the Among Us map pack, being Polis, Mira HQ, and Airship. Airship is what we will conclude the map pack with. So we will take a look at Polis next week. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button down below, subscribe if you have not already. We'll be back with more Tier List Tuesday next Tuesday. As always, everybody, I've been C-Money. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a tremendous rest of your day. Peace.